Hi, it's Delia. Welcome to my home kitchen. I'm going to teach you how to cook a really beautiful dish today, and the key ingredient is something that's dear to me, Cobram Estate extra virgin olive oil. It's some poached salmon with some beautiful fragrant rice and beans. Okay, the dish I'm going to show you in my kitchen today is a little bit chefy for what I normally would do at home, but it's really tasty, and I think once you get your head around the technique, it's actually not that hard to do. So what we're doing is a confit of salmon. Now, generally a confit is a piece of meat that's submerged in fat or oil and slowly cooked for hours. We're going to do a really sort of a hack of a confit, which is going to be in a little Ziploc bag with some beautiful salmon, Cobram olive oil and some spices. It'll be done in 20 minutes at a really low temp at 60 degrees. We're also going to serve that with a beautiful toasted noodle rice. And to finish it off, we've got some beans with some soy, sweet soy and tahini, which is a really interesting combination and works really well. First start off with the salmon. Okay, so Ziploc bag, you can get these from any supermarket. A couple of garlic cloves, just gonna break them. Don't wanna squash them, we're not gonna eat them, they're just there for flavor, okay? So open up that Ziploc bag and we're gonna put a piece of salmon in there. Now this is enough for 2 people, obviously. I'm a big bloke and I wouldn't even struggle to eat that one. Okay, garlic in, some toasted fennel seeds, straight in the bag. Cinnamon quill in the bag, good pinch of salt in the bag. Pretty straightforward so far, okay? Now, Cobram olive oil. You want a good olive oil. You want something that's really fruity, okay? Really robust. Okay, now, you want to try to work all the air out, as much of the air as you can. All right, so move the oil around, get that piece of cinnamon down the bottom there, and just slowly try to work out the oil. Oil all around, air out. All right. Now, hard bit done, and that wasn't so hard, was it? While we're here, we might as well make the sauce for the beans, okay? So, tahini, store-bought tahini, Australian tahini, 100% tahini. Sometimes you can get, all Australian tahini is 100%. Beware of some of the cheap imitations that can be thinned out with peanuts and all types of stuff. Okay, ketchup mayonnaise or sweet soy. Not very Middle Eastern, but hey, I'm at home. Bit of sweet soy, really nice flavor combination. Okay, and some toasted sesame seeds. Now, a really good hit of toasted sesame seeds. We'll just give that a quick whisk. Nice and thick. Beautiful. Creates a really nice thick paste, okay? To that, we're gonna give it some olive oil. Of course, Cobram Estate. Little bit of a big hit. All right. And just gently start whisking that through. Just to soften it up and open it up a little bit. Yeah, there's a lot of sweet, nutty, fruity flavors going in there. Really tasty, nice and textural with those sesame seeds, bit of salt. Done. Time to get the rice on. Okay, now time to confit the salmon, or a hack of a confit. Now I know I said it's 60 degrees for 20 minutes. There's a lot of heat going on here. I've got a really low heat underneath the pot. There's some heat in this pan, there's some heat in this pan. The water's already hot. You should have a temperature gauge in there, but you know, I'm a chef. I reckon I know what temperature it is. So all I'm just trying to say is that there's a lot of heat going on here. I don't think I actually need any more heat. You don't want it boiling, you don't want it simmering. You just want to have it warm, like a long, slow sauna, okay? Or a long, slow spa. I'm just gonna put a little weight on top of it. Just got some tongs to help it stay down, hopefully. You just want it to be submerged and slowly cook. Now, while that's cooking, I need to get on my rice because that's gonna take about 15 minutes to cook, okay? This is a spin of a Lebanese style of rice, toasted noodle rice. Normally there's a heap of nuts in there and you can put them in. Today I'm going a little bit nut free because I want the nuttiness of the tahini to be the hero. So, my old friend, olive oil, don't be shy. some of these noodles, nest noodles. Just gonna break that. Put it in the bottom. I'm gonna slowly start toasting it until it becomes golden brown. So these noodles get really brown really quick, especially if the pan's hot. They start to go really toasty, really dark. And you want them to be dark. You want them almost to be too dark, because as they start to cook, they start to lose their color a little bit. And you want them to be nice and dark and sort of, a bit of a contrast of colors from the rice. So you want to take them as far as you can without burning them. And remember, they're going to keep cooking. So, what goes in next, once they're dark? Some diced onion. A lot of heat in that pan. Some cumin seeds, whole cumin seeds. Quick mix through the onions. Keep stirring that through just until the onions are softened. All right, those onions are starting to soften. At this stage, you could add a couple of nuts if you wanted to. You want to add some almonds or some pine nuts. But I think that if you were going to add nuts, it's probably best to add them at the end. Because if you put them in now and you put the rice and you boil them, they're going to become a bit soft. And it's actually nice when they're toasty and they're crunchy and you bite through the rice and you get those little explosions of nuts. All right, the onions have slowly started to become translucent and softened up. I'm going to give it a good spoon of tum, which is a Lebanese, almost like garlic aioli. I mean, it's whipped garlic with loads of olive oil, lemon, salt, bit of water. It's my go-to in the pantry. Bit of a mix. I've got some basmati rice that's been washed. Got 150 grams. Pinch of salt. And mix all that through. And a good basmati, you should be able to smell it. I mean, it should smell really earthy. Okay. Let that dry out a bit. Scrape down the sides of the pot. Get all of the rice back into the pot, not around the rim. Now the next bit is some water. Now you just want enough water to cover the rice by about 2 centimeters. Once you've got all the rice in there, all the water, it's covering it by about 1 or 2 centimeters. Lid on, temperature down, let it simmer. And once that rice has absorbed all the water and it's cooked, it's done. Last step before we're eating. Pot of boiling water, really good hit of salt. Beans, now I've just topped and tailed the beans. If you don't like beans, you can use whatever you want when asparagus is in, it'll go nice with this too. Straight in the pot. That's enough for me. Now I'm just going to bring those to the boil, 3 minutes, take them out, mix them through our soy and tahini dressing. By that stage, the rice will be cooked, the salmon will be ready, it'll be time to eat. Okay, so beans are cooked, got a strainer, beans are going in there. Give them a good shake. Try to get all the moisture off. I'm gonna get them back in the pot. Because, like always, I made way too much dressing. So, this is a beautiful dressing. It's really tasty. That tahini, sweet soy, those crunchy sesame seeds. Gonna give that a stir all the way through with the heat of the beans starting to melt and get loose and tasty and beautiful. You're gonna fall in love with this dressing. It's a really nice dressing. Okay, so beans. Okay, middle of the plate. Beautiful, all right. Now, like all the food I do, there's nothing traditional about this. That's what's good about it. If you want traditional, you can go to my mother-in-law's house. If you want something a little bit different, you can come to mine. Okay. our salmon, which is looking beautiful. I don't need to cut that, there's a Ziploc. Just going to open it up. In my plate. And very gently, I may open that up actually. Very gently. That salmon's been in that hot water for 20 minutes. It's like nice and warm. Think about when you come out of a spa bath. You're relaxed, your muscles are nice and loose, and you just want to, ugh. That's exactly like the salmon. Okay, it's been sitting in there, it's slowly cooked. Proteins are beautiful. You can see that it was just be ready to fall apart. And I'm not gonna do anything more than just serve it like that. Those fennel seeds are already being toasted. The oil in there is a bit manky now. It's got all the juice from the salmon, so it needs a bit of freshening up. So a quick splash with some fresh oil over the top. It's beautiful. Doesn't need anything more than that. Salt. That's the other bit of our dinner. Last bit is our rice. Now, I get excited about rice, especially when it's cooked like this. Really tasty. So, that's been boiling, simmering. It's absorbed all the moisture. Move that out of the way. That's absorbed all the moisture. Become nice and loose. Beautiful. And you can see those noodles in there. They're nice and dark and nutty. You know, the only spice in there is cumin seeds, which is just enough. It's nice and earthy. It goes really beautiful with the basmati. Something I'm going to add just for a touch of freshness is some parsley. So just roll it up, slice it up, fold it through, and maybe squeeze a lemon. Just to freshen it up a little bit. This lemon's always nice with salmon. You've got that really sugary, nutty flavor with the beans, with the tahini. Oh yeah, it's gonna be good. That is going to be good. Okay, plate, rice. Ooh. All right, and there you have it. Probably one of the quickest confis that you'll ever see. 20 minutes, little Ziploc bag, beautiful olive oil, awesome toasted rice, beans, tahini, sesame, and sweet soy.